All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. So, as a natural athlete, um, every rep, every set counts, right? You don't have the chemical shortcut to take. So, in this video, I'm breaking down the scientific ways to build muscle. And I'll talk about some of the ways that I build muscle and how to build a stage ready physique naturally, of course, right? So, first, I want to talk about what hypertrophy is. It's just the breaking down of your muscle in order to build muscle fibers back bigger and stronger, right? So that's all it is. Essentially, through putting tension on the muscle, that's lifting weights, pushing, pulling, creating damage to the muscle. That's what generates that muscle fiber growth, right? So that's essentially what hypertrophy is. And that's how you're going to grow, by putting in the work, right? The next term I'll talk about is going to be progressive overload, which you hear people talk about a lot. Some may or may not actually know what they're talking about, but all progressive overload is just changing a variable that you hit throughout your workout. That variable could be how much time under tension. Say you're in a bench press, you could change the rate in which you lower the bar, the eccentric. Boom. You could change the speed you lift the bar, the concentric, right? That could be a variable. The change in weight could be a variable. Go up 5 pounds or go down 5 pounds. You can change the number of sets, the number of reps, the amount of rest that you get. All of these things are considered to be progressive overload. Of course, you want to be going to the upside, making things more difficult so that your body doesn't just get used to the same stimulus over and over and over. So that's what's going to put your size on. That's what's going to enact hypertrophy, if you will, right? So that's how you're going to grow. And Lee Haney talked about, he said, don't annihilate or stimulate, don't annihilate, which as I get older, I start to think of more, right? So a couple years ago, all I wanted to do, high volume was my thing. And I think that if you're new to actually being in the gym, new to bodybuilding in general, high volume is what's going to grow your muscles, right? In my opinion, as a youngster, you have to have a foundation. You have to have a foundation of strength, I think, before you could even really go in and present a strong package on stage, in my opinion. So high volume is my thing, right? So volume is just the total workload, intensity and frequency, like how many sets, how many reps are you hitting per week, right? So for me, I generally go 4 to 8 sets, or 4 to 6, about 4 to 6 sets of approximately 8 to 10 reps, right? I don't use RPE, but if I were, it would be about 8 or 9 for every set. And that's especially with my compound lifts. And then when I'm in a phase where I'm not really trying to get on stage, I'm in the off season, I'm gonna take a little break. I'm gonna take I would say 1:30 to 2 minute breaks in between sets, so that I can come and hit a max. I want to come in and hit the max amount of weight for the best quality reps that I could hit. So say I'm on dumbbell flat bench, I'll take those hundreds or 90s, 110s, whatever I take. I'm gonna hit that first set, boom, boom, boom. If it's too easy, if I feel like I got about 4 or 5 more in the tank, I'm gonna take the weight up, right? I only want to feel like I have about 2 or 3 reps left in the tank every set, right? So if I do that for 4 sets, I'm gonna stimulate growth. I'm gonna break that muscle down and and grow, get stronger. So next week I'm going to come back at, if I feel like I can hit that same weight, I'm going to start at that same weight first of all. And then if I can hit that same weight and it feels easier, it's time to move up. Like if I was hitting 90s and I just hit it for 8, because I hit 8 last week, and I feel like I can hit probably 12, I'm going to go up to 105s or 100s, right? So always try to improve. I always try to improve every week, especially in your off season, right? You want to continue to build that muscle, right? Build that muscle, and you're taking away the powerlifting side of it. You're just trying to hit really good solid reps, really good solid sets, right? If it's too hard, take the weight down. You'd rather have quality reps. It's the name of the game. Full extension. For me, you'll see any of my lifts on YouTube or Instagram or wherever. It's full range of motion at a good tempo. It's not like super trying to explode, trying to max out or anything like that. I'm not trying to do any of those things, right? Because we're trying to build a physique and not trying to power lift, right? With that being said, I'll talk about like the mind-muscle connection. Yeah, every rep is a neurological connection with the brain, right? That's why I go slow. I take everything slow, try to be methodical, and do the same things every time, right? Same things every time. You don't need all these cool, extra cool workouts. It's the simple things. If you ask some of the best, I'm not nobody like special, I guess, but I built a decent physique, and I know I can compete at really any natural level, given the time, given the the resources. I think I've proven that I could I can hang, right? So, but it's all about having that connection with your brain and then your body as well. And that I really didn't get it until I got older. I was trying to hit those milestones. Milestones for me was 315. Got that. 120s, 130s on the dumbbells. Well, once you achieve those things, you get older. You want to start. Really trying to focus on that mind-muscle connection, getting yourself right, and really improving your body, right? You want to train smart, but that's really the gist of the training. You really want to, like I said, try not to annihilate the muscle, but get good volume, good reps, and good sets. If you guys want to know more, I could walk you through an entire workout, like what it should look like from start to finish, warm up, reps and sets. Where do you put your compounds in? Where do you add the accessories? If you guys want to see that, take it to that level, I could do that as well. Just let me know. But lastly, I would like to talk about some of the other factors that are going to get you prepared to go onto the stage. And that's going to be like your sleep and nutrition. We talked about hypertrophy, like that doesn't happen. That damage happens, but what about rebuilding the muscle, right? That's going to come from what you eat and how you sleep and how you rest, right? Those are huge. Like we would lift all the time back in the day, but we would get no sleep. Wouldn't recover properly. Wasn't eating enough protein probably. Wasn't eating enough carbs, right? So tightening up on that as well. Like your sleep should be priority. Like you should be aiming to get 7 to 9 hours of good sleep so that your muscles can recover. And then your food, your nutrition, it needs to be single ingredient foods, right? Whole foods, no processed foods. Like I even tell my kids, like your brain and your cells are made up of what you're putting in your body. You know, if you're not putting in the nutrients that make up a cell, then your body's going to start making up its own formulas. That's how I believe all this cancer and all these other things pop up. So yeah, so I'll leave that right there. I may make another video talking about a little bit more about sleep and nutrition, but another thing is the rest days. You want to take those rest days throughout the week. Your recovery is going to be slower than somebody that's enhanced, so you're not rushing to beat that muscle into the ground again, but you're trying to rest that muscle, bring it back full strength, maybe 2 times a week, right? So that's the thing. But anyway, that's pretty much the gist of this video. I do want to ask you guys to go ahead and like, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you want to see next, and I'll be sure to bring it to you. I'm not trying to make these videos super long, but just give you some baseline guidance for those that are trying to get into the game. If you take anything away, remember 3 to 4 sets on the focused muscle group, 2 or 3 compounds, and then you get into your accessories. So if you guys have more questions or concerns or anything like that, I'll get with you personally here. Deshaun Bagby Fitness on Instagram. I'm on Facebook as well. But I appreciate you guys watching the video. If you have any burning questions, please reach out. I'll see you guys back in the next video. All right, peace.